You better text and be like, listen, I'll be up here at what time Saturday?
He's gotta ask me.
He's not gonna ask, he's a man. None of you ask for help.
Correct.
You just tell him I'll be here at this
I gotta be
time.
mouthy with him then?
Yes. Have you met his wife? Yes. Yes. I'll be here at this time.
Are we live?
We are.
All right. I got all the stuff ready. I'm pretty good.
Call this meeting, the Harlan Township Board of Trustees to order. As a reminder, the meeting is being recorded and video recorded. Please stand and join me in the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, would you please read the minutes from the previous session?
Board of Trustees of Harlan Township met in regular session the 17th day of April 2024 at regular meeting place of 8276 State Route 132. Trustees Edward Prudzinski, Kevin Kern, and Marcus Shelton present. Meeting called to order by Mr. Shelton at 7 p.m. Mr. Shelton asked all present to stand and say a pledge of allegiance. Minutes read from regular session April 3rd, 2024. Mr. Kern made a motion to accept minutes, seconded by Mr. Prudzinski. Minutes read from special session April 10th, 2024. Mr. Shelton made a motion to accept minutes, seconded by Mr. Prudzinski. Chief Bennett reported we'll be doing a walkthrough of station with architect Jeff Watterson to review design and complete itemized sheet for renovation. Chief Bennett reported receiving retirement letter from Lori Reynolds as a member of fire department. Mr. Shelton made a motion to accept retirement from Lori Reynolds, seconded by Mr. Kern. Chief Bennett reported we'll have a meeting with Jacob Huddleston from ISO June 4th to start the survey and evaluation of fire department fire insurance rating. Chief Bennett reported spoke with Zach Stewart from BFIS and Lincoln Auxiliary has been covered under the fire department policy. However, will write a policy as an individual group for coverage. Chief Bennett reported Car 82 had repairs on fuel system and electronics that had been completed. Chief Bennett discussed Stryker completed the annual service on the AED, life pack, and heart monitor and cots. Chief Bennett reported fire department membership voted to approve 1-year probationary membership for Jesse Blevins. Mr. Shelton made a motion to approve 1-year probationary membership for Jesse Blevins, seconded by Mr. Prudzinski. Chief Bennett reported fire department membership voted to approve 1-year probationary membership for Josh Lipstroff. Mr. Kern made a motion to approve 1-year probationary membership for Josh Lipstroff, seconded by Mr. Shelton. Chief Bennett reported fire department membership voted to approve 1-year membership for Christine Grossnickel. Mr. Prudzinski made a motion to approve 1-year probationary membership for Christine Grossnickel, seconded by Mr. Shelton. Mr. Mason discussed warranty for the dump truck. After discussion, Mr. Shelton made a motion to purchase the 5-year, 100,000-mile extended warranty for chassis and 5-year, 100,000-mile extended warranty for engine for $4,410 total, seconded by Mr. Prudzinski. Lost my track, sorry. Mr. Mason discussed continued work on the Boone truck. Hope to have repairs completed April 18th or April 19th. Mr. Mason reported received resurfacing bids from 2024 road work. Mr. Mason reported service completed on backhoe and working on costs to repair or replace concrete at State Route 132 maintenance building. Mr. Mason reported the annual ARPA and quarterly Ohio Ambulance Transportation Program report has been completed. Mr. Mason discussed the new employee handbook, Resolution 041724-1. Mr. Shelton moved the adoption of resolution approving and adopting Harlan Township handbook and authorizing a township administrator to administer and oversee township employment policies and implementation of positions descriptions, seconded by Mr. Prudzinski. Roll call, Mr. Prudzinski, yes. Mr. Kern, yes. Mr. Shelton, yes. Mr. Mason presented the administrator position description. Mr. Prudzinski made a motion to approve administrator position description, seconded by Mr. Kern. Mr. Mason reported Eric Likens has cleared his pre-employment process and requests motion to hire for seasonal position with the end date of October 31st, 2024. Mr. Shelton made a motion to hire Eric Likens for seasonal position, seconded by Mr. Kern. Mr. Mason reported Philip Henson has completed of the pre-employment process and request motion for hire a seasonal position with the end date of October 31st, 2024, after the pre-employment process completed. Mr. Kern made a motion to hire Philip Henson for seasonal position pre-employment process completed, second by Mr. Brzezinski. Frank Williams from Fire Levy Committee gave presentation recommending a 3.5 mil 5-year levy to hire part-time fire and EMS personnel. Presentation stated plan to have a total of 5 fire EMS personnel on shift at all times. This would include a paid on-call personnel. After discussion, Mr. Shelton made a motion to start levy process, second by Mr. Kern. Roll call, Mr. Brzezinski, yes. Mr. Kern, yes. Mr. Shelton, yes. Old business, Mr. Brzezinski continues working on cemetery fence repairs. Ms. Williams discussed the health information provided to the trustees at the last meeting. After discussion, trustees agreed to renew current policy. Mr. Shelton reported the variance for the Coomer property was granted. We had no new business. The community comments, Karen Warwick asked how to have the railroad crossing at Mara Woodville Road repaired. Mr. Shelton stated needs to call PUCO. Mr. Shelton made a motion to go into executive session pursuant to Ohio Revised Code Section 121.22G1 to consider the employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, or compensation of an employee, seconded by Mr. Kern. Roll call, Mr. Brzezinski, yes. Mr. Shelton, yes. Mr. Kern, yes. Mr. Shelton adjourned executive session, seconded by Mr. Kern. Did I say that right? Mr. Shelton adjourned executive session, seconded by Mr. Kern. Roll call, Mr. Brzezinski, yes. Mr. Kern, yes. Mr. Shelton, yes. No action to be taken at this time. Ms. Williams gave written financial report to the trustees. Mr. Kern made a motion to pay the bills, seconded by Mr. Brzezinski. We had no correspondence. Mr. Brzezinski made a motion to adjourn, seconded by Mr. Kern. Meeting adjourned at 9:50.
Do either of you have any corrections or additions to the minutes?
Yes, sir.
Do I have a motion to approve the minutes as read?
A second. Motion. On my table for Michael. Alex.
Justin, you ready for the chief's report?
I am.
I don't.
Met with Jeff Watterson, the architect. We did a walkthrough of Station 81. He reviewed the plans and we discussed the layout. He is contacting the building department with questions before he submits his estimate for the drawings and his work. The officers attended a 2-hour training over the Warren County Fire Chiefs Association operating standards. The Warren County Fire Chiefs Association Policy Committee is revising and updating all policies and operating standards for the county fire departments. Car 82, which is Chief 82's car, has some repairs completed on the fuel system electronics, as I noted last meeting. It was repaired, but now it has more electrical problems. Found the starter burned up and then underneath the fuse box. So it was towed over to Bob Pulte Chevrolet for the diagnostic testing and estimate on repairs for that. R84, our battalion car, EMS 81, the catalytic converters have basically disintegrated. Approximate cost to repair is $2,500 to $3,000. We have kept it in service. Currently, we're looking into different options of what can be done for repairs on that. 9 Lincoln 21, the 54 Chevy pumper, the engine heads were rebuilt, radiator core refurbished, and the universals on the PTO replaced. We are currently looking into electrical charging issues with the truck. I would like to give a big thank you to volunteer and firefighter EMT Jeff Cordry. He has taken this project on and he's doing all the repairs for the department and township. The last here is the assistant prosecuting attorney, Katie Horvath. She's been notified, as well as the auditor, Matt Nolan, of the fire levy being placed on the ballot. Katie is working on the paperwork for the resolution to present to the trustees. So I should have that hopefully next meeting. She said she was putting the work order into the matrix system, which the county uses. So I should have that for the next meeting. One thing I don't have on here was we met with the first arriving, the company that is doing the recruitment and retention website. They do have the website for the fire department up, the landing page. They are working on the other links. So we met with them as what all the information they need. So they have been putting advertisements and postings on our Facebook, as well as they created a Instagram page that is connected with the Facebook. So so far we've had a few hits as far as interest from that. So hopefully they move forward.
What is the name of the website for the fire department?
It's harlantwpoh.org.
pwpoh.org.
Are we looking at straight pipe and car 84? Just do away with them?
That's a possibility. We're just looking at what we could do with as far as the sensors and if it's going to cause electronic issues. But the problem is the car is not really worth $3,000. So,
What year is that?
09
The 10.
10.
2010. You know how many miles are on it? I think we just went over all that, but
I couldn't tell you on that one.
I know it's got pretty rusty underneath.
Yeah.
You guys have any other questions for Trustee's report?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Steve, you're ready for the
Yep, I submitted the paperwork for the Western Star warranty to Freightliner. After he gets that signed, we'll get a copy back and put in the file for that. So that's been squared away. Larry, I got the boom truck. It is fixed and working. All that is done as well. I don't believe we've received a bill yet for that, but it ended up being much cheaper than the $5,000 that was first thought it was going to be. The white dump truck, the 07 dump truck, is listed on Gov Deals. I got that on this morning. It'll be on for 7 days. That is set the same way we've done before, where it's a buyer, there's no reserve, but the buyer approved sale. So that was a suggestion of the Gov Deals rep, was not to put a reserve on anything, but just have it where you approve yes or no when it gets to whatever price it's going to get to.
What was the price on that, our reserve?
We
I'm sure, but I mean, what we're able to.
I don't think you set one specifically. You can set whatever you want. It just depends. So basically in 7 days when it closes, it'll be next Wednesday morning. I'll put out an email that this is where it is.
Do we have a number in mind?
What's your number? What's up? You want to bid on it? I have not done any research on some other ones on there. I did not get to see what others are bringing.
We'll have to be.
So yeah, I would have a number in your head where if it comes back at $4,000, are you going to keep it or are you going to get rid of it? But we've had pretty luck with Gov Deals. We've got more money as some things I thought we would. I think weapons carry was the last one that we got rid of, and that brought $15,000, which was way more than we thought it would ever bring. So I'll keep you up to date on how that is going to the auction. Of course, goes up there at the very end. The salt bids. This is a question for Jenny. I know last year we had to do some sort of a resolution. Do we have to do that, or since how did we do that last year?
We already did the motion saying or a resolution saying we're going to participate.
So we're good then. Okay.
Yeah, we should be fine.
For the 750 tons.
Yes.
Okay. All right. The road crew started doing road mowing and spraying, so ahead of last year by a lot as far as getting on that. It's Jurgensen, right? Jeff is doing the surfacing. Ray's not working tonight. So they've started that in Franklin Township, and they'll work their way this direction is the expectation. That will be for Fisher Road. We are looking at, I got some rental quotes for a cold planer or an asphalt planer, whatever you want to call it. The first one came in from Murphy Tractor. That's where we purchased the skid loader. They have, he recommended an 18-inch grinder. They are $3,200 a month plus $820 to replace all the teeth. So not only do you rent it, you also fix it, which I thought is kind of strange. I've never had something with the rental where
You also had to buy wear parts for it. And I talked to Vandalia Rental today. They are $2,000 a month, no charge for the teeth, so half the cost, but they only have a 24-inch. My thought there, talking with Larry, was that they are $800 for a week. So we could get it for a week and see if our machine would run the 24-inch okay. Our machine is a high flow, but it's a small frame machine, so it's probably 30 to 32 gallons a minute flow on that machine. So there's some question about whether or not it would run the 24, but for half the cost of the one from Mercury, I think it's worth the $800 to give it a shot.
If we do it for a few days, try it out, if it's working, can we just change the rental?
I'm sure we could. That's my plan, to see if they let us do it for a week at $800, and then if it doesn't work, we're out $800.
Right.
We'll get, it's not gonna not run it at all, it's just gonna be, doesn't run it efficiently.
Right.
And fast enough. So, I'm gonna try to move forward with that, and Larry's gonna try to schedule that to get some extra help in too on those days. With Fisher Road coming up, all that driveway culvert work has been completed. Still making some phone calls on some concrete bids. Have not got some calls back, so we're gonna, contact a few other companies as well. Really no hurry on that one, but we are still working on that concrete project over there. The 2 new part-time employees or seasonal employees started this, not this Monday, but Monday before. And they're doing a rotating schedule, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right now. I did attach blank performance evaluations for the road employees. If there's any questions or comments or things about those. What I come up with so far, so let me know what you think about those. The township newsletter sign up has been added to the website. It was a couple weeks ago they got that done. So far we have 52, I think, people have signed up for that website.
For the newsletter?
Yeah, for the newsletter. Those all get dumped into a Google document spreadsheet that I can get into and see who's on there. So it is also now the number 3 result on Google when you search Harlan Township. There's some sort of setting they set in the background that wasn't turned on for the first month. They do that intentionally, and then they flip the switch to make it more visible on Google. So when you Google, at least when I did today, Harlan Township is the 3rd result that comes up there. So I hope we get some more people to sign up for that. So mention it to your friends, family, and to get on there and do that. It is a pop-up box. It's on the landing page, so you can just click right there. I think it's just its name and email address. I think that's it. So we're not asking for a whole lot of data from that. Cemeteries, Larry's gonna try to get out. If it stays fairly solid, which sounds like it may not, to try to get the extra dirt cleaned up before the holidays here coming up. With all the burials that we've had, there's quite a bit of loose dirt still out there, and trying to get cleaned up before people start visiting more. That's all I got.
You guys have any questions for Steve?
I have one on the resurfacing. The quote that we got last time, because we didn't do any kind of motion on that as far as $101,000 for the repairs. So we need to get a motion taken care of for that tonight if we're going to do all the repairs that was on that list.
Didn't we do a motion for?
I'm with the Paul and Kevin on that one.
I'm looking for it.
Okay.
Like 130 or something?
But you have to accept this bid.
Oh, I got you, okay.
We need to accept this bid before they go starting the work.
Yeah, we should have that.
You want to double check that Fisher and make sure that's right on there?
Oh, no, dog eared it.
You dog eared it.
Yeah, because I figured it might come like that, and it did. Dog ear. That's better. It's dog ear on the bottom of it. I mean, they don't have it.
How much was that bid, Jenny?
What Steve gave us last time was 101,636.70.
And does that include the tar and chip, or is that
That's
just the
just
asphalt?
Fisher Road.
That's just Fisher Road.
And it's
Yeah.
20, $2,000 cheaper
They
than
did come in cheaper than their
original
estimate,
bid.
yes.
So now that we got the official bid, we need a motion to accept it.
I'll make the motion, we accept the bid for $101,636.70 for the resurfacing this year.
Second.
Thank you, Kevin, for all the work. All right, I got no committee, so nothing. Let's go to old business. Ed?
Chris Ballard Fence Company has completed the repairs at two cemeteries, both actually Edwardsville, Wesley Chapel, and Croston. And eventually I will have to make a motion to pay him. So I did check those, everything looked good. There was a post at Croston that he'd asked to replace that wasn't on his original estimate, and it wasn't really on any of our surveys, I guess you would call them. And I told him to take care of those as well. I said, make sure that they're done before Memorial Day. So he will address that if he hasn't already.
So are you making a motion now to
I'd like to make a motion
not
to
to exceed?
pay Ballard Fence on estimate number 000003 for $1,362.
And is that with that additional amount that
It
you?
is not the additional amount. I don't have that number yet.
Why don't we just
So
make
then
it
we
not
need
to
to say
exceed,
not to exceed
not to exceed
1,500.
We
I
can do
was gonna
that.
say 15. So you want 2,000 or 1,500?
2,000 is good.
Second.
You clear?
That's all that I have for old business.
I have none.
Old business, the last couple of meetings, we discussed the hiring of Eric Likens and Philip Henson. And when we did the official hiring at the last meeting, I think we need to add the $18 per hour. That's what you asked for, Jenny, was.
Yes, you need to add that.
Okay, I'll make the motion that we make that rate $18 per hour. Both of them have their CDLs.
Second.
Then the went through the vendor or the facilities rental agreement and vendor release form and did some editing. He got it straightened out. What Katie Horvath had sent us from the prosecutor's office back in February. So we need to, I guess, make a motion to approve the new rental agreement and vendor release form.
Make the motion to approve the new vendor and event release agreement, rental agreement.
Mark, can I get a copy of the?
Yep, I have Steve send it to you. Steve?
Remind me if I read it.
I'll text you.
Okay.
I don't think I have that.
Yeah, Alana's been waiting on
She needs a
that.
copy too, that was one of my questions, she needs a copy of that also.
Yeah, she's been after me. I believe that's all I have.
Agreement and vendor form.
Steve, do you have any old? No. Jenny, do you have any old?
No, you took care of it already.
Ed, new business?
I have none.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yes, sir.
I haven't heard anything back on that Fisher Road agreement. I gotta get with, Jason Fisher, Washington Township on that, but I haven't heard anything the past few weeks.
Formal agreement.
Yeah, the formal agreement.
Jason,
Fisher?
he takes care of your caller.
Yeah, he's also a Washington Township trustee.
Really?
Right.
And that was for Fisher, correct?
Right.
Yes.
Yep.
Steve, do you have any new business?
I do not.
Jenny? Community comments?
I have a couple. Alana wants to know, so the DJ at the, please,
I'm glad you brought that up. I forgot.
the DJ at you're cruising. Are you guys, he's gonna charge $150.
Mhm.
So are you guys wanting to pay that? Are you wanting 9 Lincoln to pay it and you reimburse 9 Lincoln? How do you want that to?
We usually, on events like that where you guys are kind of running it, we reimburse, like the Easter egg and Christmas.
Okay, so you'll just reimburse us?
It's 150.
Mm-hmm.
They shall DJ the whole time.
That's my understanding. I'm just the go-between, I'm just the messenger.
Now, he is playing oldies for the old car track.
I will make a note. And then. Sorry. Okay, it was a vendor form, that was the other thing. And then I know I haven't been here a couple meetings and I am sorry, but I have a question about the levy. So when the levy paperwork is going to be filled out, is that gonna specifically state that that is only for people being hired? So that people know that probably in so many, whenever, you're gonna come back and we're gonna need money for equipment. I mean, we just sat here and said, how many people, how much is down?
Yeah, we've discussed all that in the past few meetings.
Like I said, I wasn't
It has to be
here.
worded specifically.
So the language is probably gonna be the generic language that they, or legal language, I shouldn't say generic, but legal language. So it will have equipment in there, but as far as the educational and, community and getting out in the community, yes.
I just want, because, you know, we have to go back for more, there's gonna be more. I just wanted to know that up front.
Well, we're gonna clip the, did you watch the last meeting? With
Nope.
We're gonna clip that part out where Frank did the recommendation, the presentation. And that can kind of, very informational to get out to the public.
You're gonna put it out to the public? I got you.
We can just clip that little section out of our YouTube video.
I was just making sure.
If you wanna let Sears, is that the fundraiser?
Mm-hmm.
I got her,
Tom Leach.
yeah, I got her sign up today,
Okay.
so it's on there.
All out front?
Mhm.
Okay.
I did it, I did it, but it's out there.
Have you been able to get has Mikey brought the box up for the code for the
No,
lock box?
not yet.
Okay, we gotta get that figured out so you
Yes.
guys can operate that.
At the last meeting, they talked about the PowerPoint. Is that gonna be posted on the website, and when will that be posted, so we can review that posting from fire levy?
I need to get, yeah, I need to get it from Frank. I don't think I have a copy of the full, well, maybe I do, but yeah, we can post it, whenever, that's up to Dusty, whenever he wants to put it out there.
I didn't know if it had to be
We
after
haven't talked about it yet, but
the legalese part of it.
yeah, probably need to, I don't know, if anything in that would be, what do you think, Dusty? Anything in that would
We'll have to
be-
review it, because, I mean, as far as it has to be informational, and
Right.
you can't have anything in there as far as promotional. If it's gonna be on a township site, now you can set up a separate site for the levy that is not sponsored by the township, that, like the Friends of Harlan Township could do. And if it costs anything, that money could come out of the Friends of Harlan Township. But as far as informational, you can put the information out there, just not say vote for the levy or anything.
And that might be something we have to, which I guess is on YouTube video already, so it doesn't matter, but with posting the video, as long as it stays on YouTube, we should be fine, because it's already on there once, but as far as linking that directly to the township website, I don't know, that's a question for Katie as far as, because I don't know what comments were made during that session, if there were anything that could be construed as promoting it from
Right.
either one of the, a live meeting doesn't matter as much because it is a live meeting, but I think if we were to post it specifically as the township and there was people, whether it was Frank or one of the other committee members that were, I don't, I'm sure, yeah. We need to look at that pretty close before we post that.
Any other community comment? This time, I'll make a motion that we go into executive session for ORC section 121.22G1. To consider the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, or compensation of a public employee.
Okay.
Roll call.
Mr. Reagan.
Mr. Brzezinski,
Yes.
Mr. Kern,
Yes.
Mr. Shelton.
Oh, you guys want a, paper copy or a digital? I can give you this one if you want, but I can also send her a digital.
I would probably say digital, but she'll probably send it to
Okay.
people that way.
Right.
I'll tell her.
Okay. All right.
Very much. Ready? Back on, Jenny. All right, at this time, make a motion, we adjourn executive session for ORC section 121.22G1.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Brzezinski,
Yes.
Mr. Kern,
Yes.
Mr. Shelton.
Yes. And at this time, we will take action. I guess we'll make a motion, we raise Jeff Urie's pay. I guess his, what is your, is it May 18th, Jeff?
Somewhere in that area.
I guess effective that pay period or the end of that pay period.
Oh. Hang on. Get to accounting. Okay, so. Just got paid, so the next pay period will end the 10th. So the 11th will be the beginning of a pay period. And then that pay period will end the 24th. So if you want to do it if his anniversary is the 18th and you want to do it within a pay period, then it would need to be effective the 11th.
Make a motion, we raise Jeff Urie's pay by $1 effective pay period on May 11th.
Second.
And then make a motion, we give a 4% raise to Assistant Chief Mason effective, I guess at the end of this pay period.
However, you're saying, do you want that to be administrator?
No, that's Assistant Chief. Administrator's November.
4%?
Right.
Okay.
Second.
And that's effective the next pay period also, basically? Okay. Good.
All right. Motion to pay the bills?
Make a motion, pay the bills.
Second. Okay.
Okay.
Correspondence?
No correspondence.
Any other business to be brought before the board? Oh, did you find anything on the farmer's market?
No, almost, me and Steve need to meet with her about that.
I have some business.
You go ahead.
Yeah, why wouldn't the fire chief, with the evaluation,
I'm sorry.
why didn't the fire chief get a, pay increase?
Well, we're gonna talk about that separately, but we can do it here.
Okay.
Because we just took the administrator position and then we turned around and bumped it up 5,000 last month. We want to sit down with you in 6 months and do another review. Maybe set some goals and whatnot, and 6 months we'll reevaluate it.
Thank you.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second.